I read it myself. Did who read it to me?
Your mother.
Why would my mom read it to me?
Well, because I don't think you're brilliant enough to read. I'll meet him in a dark alley some night.
Don't do that either.
You didn't hear that.
Don't do that either.
Video will be shoved up your and make sure you understand this is Jim Basinger talking to you, you dingbat.
Welcome back to Recognizing Our Rights, we the people. This one is going to be a bit messy in terms of chronological order, so I'll do my best to make it as consistent as possible. Now, the infamous star of this video is a man named Jim Basinger, or at least that's what I think his name is, according to the victim of these videos. Because also, according to TransparentNevada.com, his name is actually James Basinger. So we'll just call him Basinger for the sake of simplicity. Anyway, this man is the groundskeeper of this county, and he has caused a lot of problems with the victim of these videos ever since 2010. As you see in the text of one of the comments of this man's original video, he states, "This was 2015 and he has been harassing me since 2010 with frivolous dog at large charges against me where I won in court 4 times. The judge, Joe, I don't know how to pronounce that, told him and his wife that if they put another complaint against me that it would be harassment. They haven't placed a malicious complaint against me since, yet this man volunteers and is employed to the county government agency and uses that position to peck harassments at me and my family." So as you can see right from the get-go, this is a very ugly situation. But let's start off with some footage of Basinger accosting this man and disparaging him at his property back in 2015.
I do my cleaning around here, whatever I want. These are kids' toys out here that you're talking about.
Kids' toys, a lot of them are busted up there. That thing had moved.
I know, and they like to play with them still.
Well, they haven't played with that one for about 3 months.
Yeah, right. And what, you got a video camera on my yard that you can say that they didn't play with it for 3 months?
I got a good memory.
You got a good memory? What do you mean? Are you up here staring at my house all the time?
No, just when I drive by, look.
What, do you stare every time you drive by?
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
For Willis every time I come by here.
The town of Gabb's got $21,000 from the county for a skate park over there, and that's supposed to be.
$21,000 from the county at all.
That's what it was supposed to be. That's what it was in our newsletter when we got it from the town of Gabb's.
Who read that to you?
I read it myself. Did who read it to me?
Your mother.
Why would my mom read it to me?
Well, because I don't think you're brilliant enough to read.
Well, I can read what it says on your hat, common something, whatever you turn around. I don't go out of my way to come over to your house and freaking do what you're doing to my house.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay? Yes, you are. You're disturbing my peace. I don't even go down on your side of town, okay?
That's good. You're not allowed down there.
Oh, I'm not allowed down there, huh? He says I'm not allowed down on his side of town.
You stay up here.
He is a goofball.
And with all the insults that this public servant threw at this man, that was not even the worst of it. There are multiple occasions where Basinger decided to threaten this man.
What a dingbat. Man.
Call me a dingbat all you want. I got the video proof of you doing this.
Okay, why aren't you videoing it right now?
I'm videoing the right now.
Good for you.
Yep, I'm videoing the right now.
One of these days
I knew you mother was going down for the dump because you was involved.
That video will be shoved up your and make sure you understand this is Jim Basinger talking to you, you dingbat.
Yes, I do.
You have a right to do that?
Yes, I have a right to call you any name I want.
Oh, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can't.
I can call you any name I want. I have a First Amendment right. As far as oh, you don't think?
There's the right there.
He's a public official, you guys. He's a public official. He did it again.
If you ever want to look for that camera, it'll be up his one of these days.
Here he is again telling me he's going to shove it up again.
Got that?
Here he is telling me he's going to shove it up my. I'm here to place a complaint. I'm at the Public Works building, and here he is again.
Home, fill it out and bring it back.
I don't have to do anything you tell me to do, sir.
What's harassment? What's no, take care of it.
The cops will take care of it, the orange dude says.
Don't keep walking towards me. Don't walk towards me. Harassment? What's no, take care of it. We already got it on video. They attacked me. This lady and that lady.
I did attack you. I did.
Shut the f*** up. Get away from me. Don't keep walking towards me.
See? She did attack me. She told me to get off her property. None of this is her property. This is a public easement right here up in town. All this was paved by tax dollars. Here's Jim. That was Jim walking at me.
See, he did it again. He just threatened again. He just threatened again. Hey, punk. That don't matter. He's standing within range. I had a camera right here, and you just told me you were going to shove it up.
And at one point, even with a sheriff deputy nearby, with his camera rolling, stated that he wanted to meet the victim in a dark alley at night.
When he comes back out tomorrow, unless you're helping him with the project, please don't come by.
Public service agent.
All right.
I won't talk to him.
Thank you.
I'll meet him in a dark alley some night.
Don't do that either.
You didn't hear that.
Don't do that either. All right, so if you guys could leave before I could, that'd be great. Okay.
Yeah, we're out of here.
All right, thanks.
Now, one crime that comes to mind that Basinger committed several times throughout these different clips is the crime of breach of peace under Nevada's Penal Code of 203.010. Every person who shall maliciously and willfully disturb the peace or quiet of any neighborhood or person or family by loud or unusual noises, or by tumultuous and offensive conduct, threatening, traducing, quarreling, challenging to fight, or fighting, shall be guilty of a misdemeanor. Notice the key word there, threatening. On several occasions throughout these clips, not only did this man threaten to shove the victim's camera up his behind, but he also stated that he'd like to meet that man in a dark alley somewhere. And him finishing off that statement with him saying, "You didn't hear this from me," tells me that he knows he's in the wrong. He knows he committed this crime. And with all this taken into account, the victim attempted to submit a complaint against this man for committing the Nevada Revised Statute of 207.260, unlawful contact with child or person with mental illness. And simply because he attempted to complain about that crime, the county decided to retaliate by charging the victim with stalking under Nevada Revised Statute of 200.575. For the sake of fast-tracking, I'll leave this on the screen for you guys to read for yourselves. Before we show you the footage of what caused him to get this charge on his head, first we gotta take a look at when he tried to talk to the district attorney of Nye County, that being Jason Gunnell, who had this to say about this charge.
This complaint right here, it says, to wit, followed and yelled, which I have a lawful authority to follow and yell. And then it says, among other things, the following: "You piece of shit, cocksucking bitch-ass boy, and were in my fucking house at the public service agent," which I have a right to do. I have the right to criticize my public service agents. I have the right to use my voice. I have the right to record my public service agents in the course of their duties. And I was doing these things when at a set time. I even have the recordings I even have the recording published, and I published my recording the day that it happened.
I charged it off. I looked at it, and that's against the law.
Do you think that that's against the law, sir?
Well, you can plead not guilty and we'll go to court.
Yes, I'm gonna plead not guilty. I already planned on. But if you think that's against law, I would agree with you, and I would say that you're a good man if you thought that was the case.
No, it's against the law.
It's against the law for them to do that to me, right?
No, what you did. You were stalking.
No. I have the right to follow my public officials. Yeah,
because I know you recorded me. So go ahead and...
It's live. No, it's not against the law to follow your public officials. I have the lawful authority under the Constitution, First Amendment right to press my officials for their information of public...
You don't have a right to stalk them, sir.
Sir, that's a public service agent. He's open to public disclosure, full disclosure.
Sir,
he's open to full disclosure. He's open to full disclosure. You're trying to freaking...
You know what, sir? We'll let the judge decide that.
Look at my shirt, dude.
We'll let the judge decide.
I have the right to say these things.
You can say what you want in time and place.
What was your name, employee? What was your name, employee?
Can you yell fire?
What was your name? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I can say anything I want at any time I want. The only thing I can't do is threaten people with physical...
Sir, can you yell fire?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. No, it isn't. That's an opinion. That's an
The
opinion.
Supreme Court's opinion?
That's an opinion. Even
the
if
Supreme Court
that's a
of the United
decision,
States.
and it's an opinion.
So how can you be held criminally liable for it?
You can't be held criminal liable
You can.
for it. No,
People are.
You have to prove that about feelings, man. You're trying to prove feelings here. This is about feelings. I have a right. Your feelings end where my rights begin.
How many weeks? But how many weeks though? How many weeks? How many weeks?
You're an employee. You're an agent or employee. No, you have obligated duties. You have obligated duties. Public service is a public trust and shall be held for the sole benefit of the public, not for your benefit. You're not supposed to be seeking private gain, sir. And this is what you're doing right now. You're saying mine, you're holding your chest, and you're saying, what about my rights? What about my things? Well, you agreed to all the terms upon employment, and you agreed that you are supposed to be obligated to the duty which you swore an oath on.
And of course, just like countless other public servants that we've seen on this channel, Jason Gunnell doesn't understand that he does not have rights, he has obligations as a public servant. But I suppose that's a topic for another day. Now, this misdemeanor charge of stalking that this man was given a summons for, what exactly prompted this charge to be placed on this man's head? Would that happen to be any of the interactions he had with Basinger? Believe it or not, we the people, no. It was actually from a video that he recorded on May 30th, 2023, with a different public servant outside of his residence, that being Nye County Agent Dylan Otteson, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. And as admitted by the county attorney himself, and on paper of course, what prompted this charge of stalking was him using his First Amendment rights to protest the government, as seen in this footage right here. And by the way, I just want to apologize in advance for the audio quality.
He called me his little buddy, and I've never been his little buddy. He's a tiny little boy. Look at that little, what is he, 135 pounds of shrimp? Harasser. We got trained by Jim Basinger to harass. County's harassing. County's letting the harass. County's letting this little piece of come back here. Take your ass out and get the out of here and don't come back. I've already made notice that you're not to come around my house. Little ass cocksucking boy. Yeah. Just know that you're the motherfucking harasser. You've been asked to leave me alone, and you won't quit leaving me alone. What's that? That's called burial, bitch. I'm not down at your house. You're at my house. This has to go. This has to go. We're gonna have that for free. You're gonna stop trying to charge fees to an American, you criminal fraud. Fraudulent criminal. Fraudulent criminal. Fraudulent criminal!
Now, as messy as these videos were, I think one thing was made very clear. The primary perpetrator of this entire situation is this so-called public servant, Jim Basinger, who committed multiple counts of disorderly conduct, harassment, etc. And he knows he's in the wrong because he literally told the deputy, "You didn't hear anything." And the only reason why he's continuously targeting this man and his family alone is because of the beef that they've had since 2010. And even though the judge did his best to make sure that Jim Basinger was off this man's back, obviously he found some loopholes to get his way. In my humble opinion, every last bit of this harassment committed by this man was premeditated at the very least. And if you are at all concerned about Jim Basinger's conduct or the so-called district attorney's charges against this man, we'll be leaving contact information down below to both their offices for all of you to hold accountable. We encourage you to be as respectful as can be, but just like the acronym of our channel says, let them all hear our roar. And not only make sure you go subscribe to this man's channel, known as You Have Rights, Cops Have Duties, but also give him all the love and support that you feel he deserves, and maybe point out a great lawyer to him to sue these tyrannical and corrupt public servants. And let him know that recognizing your rights sent you. Speaking of attorneys, don't forget to check out our description and pinned comment for Attorney Shield, where you can get your first purchase 10% off by using our promo code of ROR1776. Thank you once again for watching, we the people. We simply can't thank you enough for your support. The only other thing we want you to do would simply be to never stop loving the good old Constitution.